Moments just ahead, plus major developments on the debate over gun safety. Last night, the Senate passed a bipartisan gun reform bill, its most sweeping gun bill in decades. It came on the same day the Supreme Court issued its first major decision on guns in a decade. We'll go through it all. But wow, yesterday, a fire hose of big news, Joe.
Really, what a significant day. And I will tell you, I was away from the TV for a good part of the day and started getting breaking news alerts about the hearings. Started following some. I had to come back, rewatch the entire hearing all over again. It really, yesterday, really about as compelling of any hearing we've seen on Capitol Hill since the days of Watergate. I was young when the Watergate hearings were on. I was upset because we only had 4 channels then, and I wanted to see the Flintstones and Mr. Ed. But my parents were sitting in front, watching Watergate,
like everybody,
and it was so compelling. You see those clips, and it's history, and you don't think you're ever going to see anything like that again. But we actually, Willie, we did see something like that, and we keep seeing. Every one of these January 6th hearings. I mean, you're looking at history, you understand it, because, again, it drives home the point that maybe we've just gotten a little numb to, all of us as a nation, that there was a president who tried to steal an election, tried to shred the Constitution, was encouraging a mob to kill his vice president, and was trying to take over the Justice Department. And my God, there were lines straight out of a movie yesterday from these Justice Department officials who stood up to the President of the United States and said, "We are going to walk out and leave you without a functioning Justice Department." It was extraordinary testimony.
It was a stunning day. I had the exact same thought, where we've gotten so accustomed to everything that comes with Donald Trump and all the corruption around him. But when you stop and actually listen to this story from the mouths of the men who stood in the doorway and protected the government and maybe saved the democracy, it was truly staggering. The President of the United States floating every conspiracy theory he could find on the internet and saying that explicitly. Maybe you haven't been watching the internet as closely as I have. Joe, we joke about the Italian satellites.
Right.
No, that was an idea from the President of the United States, pushed all the way up the chain of the command. Go look into the Italian satellite. It was, no one in good faith, Republican, Trump supporter, diehard Trump supporter, could watch that. And I know a lot of people don't watch it because they don't want to confront the truth. No one in good faith could watch that hearing yesterday and not say that the President of the United States was leading a coup against his own government, against the United States government, who was not attempting to do everything he could to overturn the election. And if he'd had the right people in place, he could have done it. But thanks to people like Jeffrey Clark and Richard Donahue, it didn't happen. Jeffrey Rosen, excuse me.
Jeffrey Rosen, people close to the president yesterday were admitting that this was a bad day, very bad day for Donald Trump. But you're right about the Italian satellites. The fact that Donald Trump had somebody in his government reach out to the Italians and check this crazy Pizzagate-style conspiracy theory, it just made me think, my God, we're fortunate. Madisonian democracy is fortunate the first time a fascist was running the White House. It was a fascist out of Hogan's Heroes. It's just complete jokes what he was doing. But also at the same time, it's this bipolar world of Donald Trump. Yes, part of it is sheer idiocy. And then there's another part of it that is sheer terror because American democracy was hanging in the balance.
Yes.
But for the men and the women that stepped up, Donald Trump supporters through and through, but stepped up on January the 6th and the days before and after and said, no, we won't go there. You've got to leave the White House. You can't destroy American democracy. Really, 2 other really big stories yesterday, of course.